How is spiritualism different from Santería? Do we, as a Garifuna culture that practices Espiritismo, believe in different gods and deities? What exactly do we believe in worship? Is it a monotheistic religion or a polytheistic religion? Now, these questions came from my niece, and I realized if my own niece is asking these questions, how many of us are carrying similar, if not the exact same questions with no one to bring them to? That's exactly why this channel exists. Because my niece deserves some answers, and so do you. Now, for years, I've sat with these questions. I've researched them, I've meditated over them, I've even had multiple conversations with my ancestors about them. So I know that they are strong and loud in our community. And for me, I've been focused on answering these questions in private. And when I got the messages from my niece, I realized something really powerful. It's time to come out of hiding and share the answers that I'm discovering to these questions in public with the people that want to know, the people that are curious, and the people that are ready to return to Garifuna spirituality with love, with kindness, with compassion, and full of trusting the guidance that we are receiving from our ancestors and coexisting with that guidance with ease and with inner joy. There's something really powerful that happens when people that you love, people that you saw grow up, begin to ask you questions about the very thing you're passionate about. And when I got these questions from my niece, I can feel my entire body responding with joy. I could feel my frequency awakening and my vibration erupting in happiness because I have always wondered who else had these questions. Now, when my niece sent me this message and these questions, I was very surprised at first because I hadn't talked to her recently. She has seen my videos talking about being a Garifuna Buyei and sharing the insights I've gotten from the ancestors, and she felt compelled to reach out to me, and that felt really special. There's something I can describe about your own family, the people that you grew up with, that you've seen grow up, that you've seen become adults, coming and asking questions about the very thing you have been placed on this earth to do, which is to share and speak on Garifuna spirituality for me. I was very touched and I was very moved. Being a fourth generation Garifuna Buyei, these questions are part of my day to day. This is another Tuesday, I say. I sit with them regularly. I meditate over them. I discuss them with my mom, who's also a Buyei. I talk about these questions with other Buyeis that I know and I share with. So this is something that is constantly a part of my reality as I am taking full ownership of my gift and I'm accepting my role as a leader in my community through these gifts. I am seeing how powerful it is that I am sharing the knowledge I'm getting. These 4 generations of knowledge, of wisdom, of insight that I've received and I continue to receive with those around me because they too are asking for it. To them is also important. And that's something that many people don't have, especially in the Garifuna culture. Not many people are talking about themselves as Buyeis. Not many people are taking on the role and the responsibility, the discomfort that comes from owning who we are as spiritual guides. And being a 4th generation Buyei in my family gives me a sense of freedom to move in that space that I don't think other people really get to have. My mother is a Buyei. My uncle is a Buyei. My grandmother's cousin was also a Buyei. I have so many Buyeis in my family. I've been around so many Buyeis growing up. There's a comfort, a safety I feel in that space. And that's the reason why I feel I'm being called to share. It's no longer about, let me be private, let me get ready, let me prepare. It's here's what I've learned. Here's what I've received. Here's what I see. Here's what I hear. And here's how that can serve you in this time in our lives where we are going through a collective ascension at both a planetary and universal level. In this channel, I'm going to answer questions and I'm going to share my experience. That's it. Every single answer I share here comes from my experience. One of the things I love the most about Garifuna spirituality is that it is very experience-based. Even though we have the same foundation, and I'll talk more about that on this channel, we, at the end of the day, are moving through our own experience. It's what I love, that we have our own connection with our Creator, that we have our own connection with each other, we have our own connection with Mother Gaia, we have our own connection with Earth and with the minerals and with all the different kingdoms that we work with and we get to experience and collectively be a part of. So everything I share here is about my experience. I'm sharing with you what I've learned. I'm sharing with you what has served me. I'm sharing with you the things that my ancestors continue to remind me of over and over again. And I'm sharing with you the very things that have helped me be in a space where I can fully take ownership of who I am as a Garifuna woman. I can fully operate as a Garifuna Buyei, helping people in my community and people outside of my community too, with my gifts, with the learnings, with the wisdom I've gathered over the years, not just from my life story, also from the generations that have come before me. In this channel, I'm never going to speak on behalf of every Garifuna person. We are all our own beings, shining our own light. And when it comes to Garifuna culture specifically, we are across many different countries. The Garifuna diaspora is not just limited to Honduras, where I am right now. It's also in Belize. It's also in Nicaragua. It's also in Guatemala. We have a large population in the United States. There's a large population in Europe. So this is not a space where we're going to speak on behalf of an entire culture. This is a space where I'm going to share my experience from my perspective and that of my ancestors. And then you can take what serves you and you can leave what doesn't. I really see this channel as a space where I answer questions from my experience. So what does that look like? If you have a question about Garifuna spirituality, I want to invite you to join Isiani. In the Garifuna language, Isiani means love. And to me, in my experience, love is the way. The love of self, the love of others, the love of our ancestors, the love of nature, the love of our universe. That is the way. And Isiani is a sacred altar, a place of sisterhood for Garifuna women, healers coming home to themselves, coming home to their ancestors, their voice, and unapologetically loving who they are. Now, if you're not part of the Garifuna culture, and you are interested in learning about Garifuna spirituality and how it intersects with self-trust and being the most authentic version of yourself, then this is a space that you want to join too. Because I'm not only going to be sharing insights for Garifuna healers or Garifuna women healers, I'm also going to be sharing insights for those that support us, for those that are in our corner, for those that may have children that come with these gifts as well, so that they too can be supported and be educated around how to navigate being a Buyei, how to navigate having children who are Buyeis, how to navigate having friends and family members who are also Buyeis. It's an entire ecosystem around us. And Isiani is the place where I come to share that love, the place where I invite you to come to receive that love. If you have a question about Garifuna spirituality, first you want to join Isiani. Then I'm going to send you an email after you join to welcome you into our sisterhood. You're going to reply to that email with your question, and you may see your question in the next video. To join, head to the description box below and click on the first link titled Join Isiani. And I really look forward to connecting with you. I want to answer your questions. I want to hear your questions and see how this space evolves. I don't think there's a space online right now that's exclusively dedicated to exploring Garifuna spirituality. And I'm just honored that that has been placed on me in my heart, that my ancestors have been like, hey girl, it's your time. Come on, we need to put you in, okay? And I'm like, okay, coach, put me in. And I'm doing it. I feel so touched by this space, and it actually brings me to tears because I've been through so much in my life, and having a support system, whether it be physical or virtual, has been a big part of my healing, a big part of my development as a Buyei. And I come from a family of Buyeis. So I imagine people that don't come from that space. So that's what we're going to be doing in here. I'm really excited for it. Again, if you have questions about Garifuna spirituality, join me on Isiani. Send me a reply to your welcome email with your question, and you may see it in the next video. If you're meeting for the first time, hola, my name is Yanari Pouncil. I am a 4th generation Garifuna Buyei. I truly believe that your life gets to feel as good as it looks. And in this space, we explore how do we experience that in the intersection of Garifuna spirituality and self-trust. I am here to make sure that you see things clearly. And I will see you next time. Hasta luego.